Okay, I think we're ready to go. Perfect. Hello,
Cool
boys,
bean.
girls, and everyone in between, all of my fellow artists, and welcome to another ESO Art Studio stream. We are a studio created by artists for artists, and on our stream, we talk about anything that crosses our mind while showing you the latest creation we have in the works. I am ESO Art Creator, ESO for short, and with me is my co creator motivator and this week's birthday girl, Lily.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
All right, everyone with me now. We're gonna sing "Happy Birthday."
You're
I'm
so
kidding.
good, girl.
I'm kidding.
Thank you. Thank you.
I used to hate being in a restaurant and seeing like a conga line of waiters coming to your table because you knew what was gonna happen, and then they would
I
have like the most jankiest birthday song.
I think it only happened for me once. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, but I know that very recently I would always tell my parents like, no,
Like,
don't you dare,
do not.
don't
Whatever
do
you
it.
do. Oh, we got a first time chatter here. Oracle? I don't
Yes.
should have
Hi,
done that.
Oracle.
How's it going? Thanks for coming to
Stream.
the stream. We appreciate everybody here. We have Mark, we have Doc Ock. Thanks for returning. You guys are awesome. Um, Man, yeah. There ain't nothing more. I think I've only had the birthday done to me. The birthday conga line done like maybe somewhere in my 20s, man, and I was like never again. I, I don't want that much attention on me.
In your 20s? That's pretty crazy.
Well, I mean, the thing is like so I grew up not really celebrating my birthday. Um I
Oh,
my parents are super religious. I think I've said that from a previous podcast, and we didn't celebrate birthdays, right?
what? What
Yeah.
does that have to do with
I mean,
Okay, well,
I guess the short of it all is that I was kind of in a Christian cult growing up that didn't celebrate birthdays. They didn't celebrate holidays. I think the only thing they celebrated was the Passover slash Easter, and they celebrated anniversaries like wedding anniversaries. Um, but that's it. That's it.
not even not even Christmas?
Not even Christmas, man. To them, Christmas was made up because well, they were Bible literalists, right? So
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, if birthday are the devil's playground. Yeah, quite literally, like the way they taught was that nobody really knows when Jesus was born, and that any birthdays that are in the Bible are kind of in a bad light, right? So you have like the birthday of who was that? Was it Solomon? Where somebody was killed, and then there was another birthday in the Bible where like some sort of travesty had happened. So they took that as being like, oh, well then that means that God doesn't want you celebrating birthdays. So we're not gonna celebrate birthdays. You're only gonna worship God.
That's so
So
sad.
yeah, man. So I grew up like never celebrating my birthday. It wasn't until after I left the church somewhere around 18 years old, and it wasn't
Mhm.
until I think my 21st where I like celebrated my birthday for the first time. But that just made it extra awkward whenever, the waiters came to the table and started singing happy birthday to me cuz I didn't know how to react. What was I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like I don't know whether to clap along or to smile. I don't know. I was completely at a loss there.
Aw.
Yeah. My my religious upbringing kind of like it's weird because of it. I'm super versed in the Bible, right? I've
Mhm.
read the Bible at least twice in my lifetime. Um, but it also like ended up um, kind of like pushing me towards the path I ended up being on, which I'm completely not religious now, you know, and if anything, I think for the most part, I kind of label myself like agnostic atheist, I guess you could say,
Mhm.
right? Because I can't know absolute truth. So, you know, it's one of those things like, do I know if there is a God? No, obviously I don't know. Nobody knows. But I also like side on, you know, the negative argument of, well, if I don't know, I'm not gonna say that said thing exists. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, but yeah, dude, super religious upbringing. So like, didn't have any Christmases until I got older. Like, I never even celebrated Christmas, I think, until like my mid 20s, which is why it's still very awkward for me to receive gifts.
Aw.
Yeah, it's super awkward. I never know what to do really.
Oh, well,
But how was your birthday week as somebody who has always celebrated her birthday, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure you did something
um,
fun or you at the very least enjoyed your birthday, yeah?
yeah, I did. Went out to eat a bunch.
Ooh, that's always
Went out
good.
to eat, yeah, on Sunday with my family.
Mm-hmm.
A good friend of mine took me out to eat on my actual birthday,
Nice.
which was Tuesday, and
Right.
then, my other good friend took me out yesterday. We watched the new Wicked movie,
Oh.
and she got me this really cool gift. She got me a moth, which I love those sort of things. Like, what's it called? Taxidermied? I got a taxidermied
Oh yeah. Like one of
death
those little
moth.
moth boxes that have the pins in the insect.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And, yeah, pretty much just, good food. It's
Oh,
what I love.
nice. Can't argue. Can't argue with good food, man. What did
Alright.
did you guys eat anything? Do you guys eat anything especially good? Like what kind of food did you have?
Um, we went to, Texas Roadhouse on Sunday.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the good stuff, the
The
good
good
rolls.
stuff.
Um, then my, friend took me to K barbecue, or
Mm-hmm.
well, it was a combination of K barbecue and hot pot.
Ooh, God,
Um,
that sounds good.
yeah, on my birthday. And then yesterday we just went to Red Robin. So their food's good, so nothing to sneeze at.
No, no, I love going to Red Robin for their burgers, especially after um Fuddruckers went away.
There's still one couple. There's still a couple
There
open.
are, cause there's
I think so.
none around me. Um,
Yeah, they
and the
closed
one,
up majority of them.
yeah, exactly. Like the one that I used to go to was like closer to where I used to live, closer into the city. That one went away. Like at least three over there went away, and I got super depressed
Mhm.
because that was probably one of my favorite burger joints.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Like I used to love the idea that you could go order your burger and then just make it the way you wanted. And then there's
Mhm.
always like I would always put like the melted cheese on it on top of all my fixings and all the vegetables and stuff. Ah, dude, it was the best. The best. And then they took them
Mhm.
all away, I think like during COVID cuz the company went under. And yeah, Oracle's right. Like there's one in Baybrook Mall. Damn it. I know there's another one in Kingwood because my buddy lives out there and I've been to that one and I'm like, you lucky son of a bitch. Why can't there be not a single one near me? Now a I do have a Red Robin, which has become my second go to burger place other than fast food joints, you know?
Mhm.
But yeah,
They're
like
pretty good,
mm-hmm.
but I think compared to like nostalgia reasons,
Yeah.
Cause yeah, we used to go to um Fuddruckers for birthdays, and
Mm-hmm.
then for birthdays they give the kids the cookie ticket where
Nice.
you go to
Yeah.
the dessert bar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
the
sick.
best. That was the best, man. And they're gone. Gone, I say. Uh,
Yeah, Shake Shack, Oracle says Shake Shack the new gourmet is the new gourmet burger place.
mm-hmm.
Yes, but also I think actually I think they're in the process of removing those
They are?
from Texas. Yes.
Oh man,
Um
why?
I I don't know if the article is fake or not, but
Yeah.
like they're too overpriced.
They
They're too
are. They
overpriced for
really
this
are.
tiny little burger.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't even come with fries. You have to order it with
Separately.
fries. And if you get the fries, it's a tiny little boat of fries. Like
It's a rip.
it's sad. It tastes great. All of it is delicious, but
Yeah.
no.
The last time I
No.
had Shake Shack, we had tried their chicken hot ones burger that they had for a little while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Is that good?
it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I think they were using their medium sauce at the time, so it wasn't like super duper hot, but it was hot enough.
Mm.
Like I've bought like a number of the hot ones sauces. Not because like I'm a super like I love hot hot stuff. I just kind of like out of morbid curiosity half the time. And plus I like watching the show. Have you ever seen the show?
I love the show.
Yeah, yeah, I
I'm
freaking love
so
the show.
glad. I'm so happy for them that they have made it so big that they did all these collabs because they apparently did a collab with Shake Shack, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
They did a collab with Panda Express.
Yeah, yeah, they did one with
Yeah,
Panda.
they did one with them. They have like a whole set of Pringles flavors like in
Mm-hmm.
the store that you can
Yeah,
get. They
yeah,
sell
I've
their
seen
hot
that.
sauces. Yeah, I'm so happy for them. Good for them.
I know, right? They've really done something. I'm proud of them.
Yeah, proud
Like
of them
I think the
too.
most recent thing I saw them do was they have a collaboration with Popeyes right now. So I think you can get like the chicken burger that they have, and it's like the hot ones version of it, and it's supposed to be really good. I haven't tried it myself, but I've always liked those Popeyes burgers, those chicken sandwiches they got. I guess you shouldn't call them burgers. They're more like a chicken sandwich. But I've liked them. I ended up buying. Man, when did I buy? I was at San Marcos over there by San Antonio. Have you ever been out that way? They got like a big old they have a big old outlet mall out there. But I went
No.
out there because they have like this toy shop. It's almost like a vintage toy shop, and I wanted to go check it out. And the toy shop had the Hot Ones um, game, so it's like a truth or dare game. But like every time somebody guesses wrong or you guess wrong, you have to take a shot of hot sauce. So
Really?
yeah, I got that game and I haven't had a chance to play it yet. I wanted to play it like over Christmas or something, but there's family members aren't brave enough to try it. I'm like, come on, it'll be fun. But yeah, so far no takers, no takers.
Can you imagine that plus alcohol? That'd be
Oh, that'd
crazy.
be brutal, man.
You'd have the worst you'd have the worst time the next day.
The worst bubble gut ever.
Ever, yep. You're just take the next day off because you're out of commission. You're not doing anything.
Bubble gut for days.
Yep.
Imagine trying to go to work the next day. Oh, it'd be the worst. But
Oh.
yeah, I've been wanting to play it and I haven't had the chance to, so it's just kind of sitting on my counter.
Oh.
But
Hopefully.
I have a couple of their hot sauces, and it's been really fun. Actually, I probably need to crack into the one of their hot sauces soon just to get rid of these allergies, man. Sorry for anyone who may hear me being a little snotty. My friggin' I don't know. Ever since the weather changed, my allergies just decided to like really go into overdrive. No drainage for me. So
Okay,
I need to take some hot sauce to clear my nose.
probably. Just try it out.
Right? Try it out. See what happens.
What's the worst that could happen?
Oh man. So what are we talking about today? What categories do we have to
um,
go through?
we can start with the we still have anime,
Mm-hmm.
manga, cartoons, comic books, video games, and musical
Oh
artists.
man. I guess we got to start with anime.
Okay, we're going big first.
We're
All
going
right.
big first. I mean, if you want to save that going towards the end, I'm okay with that too. That
Um,
it's up to you what you
Up
want
to
to go
you.
first. Oh man. Let's go with. Let's go with. Let's see. I tell you what. Let's do cartoons first, since
Okay.
yeah, a lot of us can relate to cartoons, and then because I think the anime and the manga are gonna be like the real subjects where we're just gonna get lost. We'll go anime after cartoons. How about that?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Sounds good.
You
Do
want
you
to
want
go
to go
first?
first this time?
Yeah, I'll go first this time. So my first cartoon on the list that I have is Avatar: The Last Airbender. The cartoon that originally came out in early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken.
2005.
Good God.
Yeah.
Seems like forever
According.
ago, but
Yeah.
one of the best series. One of the
Mm-hmm.
best cartoon series out there. Um, yeah, I was. It's not a cartoon from childhood for me. It came out a little bit after, probably. You said what year? 2005.
Yeah.
So this was high school, around the high school time for me. And
Wow.
am I
That's
aging
crazy.
myself? Yeah, this was around high school for me. I remember first seeing the cartoon on the Cartoon Network. Wait, what was it? Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon?
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon, right? But cartoon, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how those syndicates work, but yeah, it was on Nickelodeon. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it was probably one of the first anime inspired American cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, but of course, you know the debate rages on whether or not we should consider it an anime or not. But
Which I will get into later. I will get into it
yep,
later.
yep, yep. But yeah, it was like I said, it was one of the first anime inspired cartoons. The storytelling was pretty advanced from any American cartoon that I had ever come across at the time. And
Mm-hmm.
the way the story was told in chapters instead of like episodic seasons, for me was like probably one of the things that drew me to the cartoon the most. And then like it tackled character development that you didn't really see in really any American cartoon that I can think of. I think the only American cartoon that kind of tackled that kind of character development at the time was maybe like the original Teen Titans. Um, but yeah, freaking amazing cartoon. Till this day, still love the ever living hell out of it. Um, not too many bad things to say about it. It has
Hmm.
so many episodes that still stick into my head, that still stick in my head till this day, and I think it's an all around favorite for most anime enjoyers, most cartoon enthusiasts. You know.
Hmm. Think for just media in general,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
even if you're not into cartoons, which
Mm-hmm.
I implore everybody, you
I
should
know,
watch
right?
cartoons. You really
Yeah,
should. You should get over this idea that it's just for kids. No, it's not.
yeah,
It
exactly.
really isn't. If you saw half of the stuff that any animated thing, you know, that
Mm-hmm.
that stuff's not for kids. Like
Yeah, yeah.
they
Not in
make
the
stuff
slightest.
for kids, obviously. Yes, of course. But to say that all of it is geared towards children, no, that's
Yeah,
not.
you're kind of missing the plot on that one for
Yeah,
sure.
and you're missing so much fun. Like
So
there's so
much good
many good
stuff.
stories
Yeah.
that have been told through animation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's a good pick. Definitely, definitely feel that.
What would be your first cartoon?
My first cartoon, the thing that got me into drawing was or at least I vividly remember started drawing this cartoon was
Mm-hmm.
the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this was, and I will tell anybody, Powerpuff Girls is technically a magical girl, a
It is.
magical girl cartoon
Technically, it is.
for
Good point.
for the American audience. Which they did make an anime spoof of the Powerpuff Girls called Powerpuff Girls Z, where it is like they're magical girls.
Yeah.
Which, yes, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's fun. Definitely don't take it seriously. It's not meant to be taken seriously, I think. But anyways, that's past the point. Yeah, that's my first favorite cartoon of all time.
Dude, I used to watch that one with Dexter's Laboratory all the time.
That one too. Yeah. I remember binge like just sitting at home and watching the Powerpuff Girls and drawing my little doodles. So good. Did you know that they
Memories.
were originally called the Kick-Ass Girls or the Whoop-Ass Girls?
No, I had no idea. That's actually pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Um,
But
the
I'm guessing they
creator of the
couldn't get that
show,
past the censors.
of course not. The creator of the show, he pitched it as that. Like he made a short little animatic
Uh
of
huh.
these characters he made, and he just called them the Whoop-Ass Girls, which is which is what they do. But
That's what
then
they
they're
do
like,
throughout the entire series.
yep. They're like, well, we like it, but obviously we can't call them that.
It's
So,
like, we're going to be showing these to children. You cannot do that.
and that's how the Powerpuff Girls were born.
Who is the. Do you know who the creator for the Powerpuff Girls was? It wasn't that
I used
Hartman
to
guy, right?
No, Butch Hartman, no. He created um sorry, my mind is blanking. He created the Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think it was Craig McCracken. Yes, Craig McCracken is the
There we go.
creator of Powerpuff Girls.
All right.
He also created oh creating Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends,
He
if
created
you
that
remember that
too?
one. Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did not know that.
I
Dude,
think he did.
the animation style is way different. That's crazy.
I mean, it's still got that similar, like, thick outline,
Yeah, but
silly.
from what I remember of that show is that it had the various imaginary friends very a lot I would say a lot different stylized than the Powerpuff Girls. Although I may be
Oh yeah,
remembering
definite.
this differently because you had in Powerpuff Girls you had Mojo Jojo and
Yeah, the villains were drawn very in different shapes too, which is
yeah
what
yeah yeah
I
yeah
think it. I think why he succeeded, he was just so successful, was he was able to create such visually appealing character silhouettes. Like
Yeah.
they're all
Yeah, I think you're right.
so good. I thought he did Samurai Jack too, but he didn't do Samurai Jack.
That
I wonder who
was,
did.
I know who that was. That was oh no, now it's gonna bother me until I look it up, because isn't he the same one that's doing Primal? Let me see.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Samurai Jack. Oop, oop, oh. Samurai Jack was created by yeah,
Gendy Tartakovsky. Gendy.
Tartakovsky. Yes.
Yep.
He is the Samurai Jack. He's the one that created Dexter Laboratory. But if you ever
Mm.
had a chance of seeing his most recent cartoon, which was, I think it's called Primal, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see here. Yes, it's called Primal. That show is fucking bonkers, dude.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen this. Is it still ongoing or is it
Yeah,
finished?
yeah, I think it's ongoing. He also
That's
did like the Clone
oh,
Wars, a couple of Clone Wars
that's cool.
episodes. It was really cool.
Yeah, I do remember seeing that when it first came out
Mm-hmm.
because, I love his work.
Oh yeah,
Um, I
yeah.
never watched it, so I'll probably go and check it out because I love that guy. It's a big part of my childhood.
Let's
All right, so
see.
what's your second?
My second. Let me refresh my memory here. Oh yes. Okay, so my second is going to be Futurama.
Okay.
Yeah, Futurama. Let's see. I became a gigantic fan of that one. Growing up, I watched The Simpsons a lot, and
Hmm.
after like a couple of seasons, Simpsons started to lose its steam. And then I heard that Matt Groening was going to create a new property um, that um, was more sci-fi orientated, right?
Mm.
Oriented. And he had played with it with the Simpsons, with the Treehouse of Horrors and the aliens there, but this was something completely different. It was still adult, or it was marketed towards an adult audience, right? Um,
Hmm.
and it just became that much. There wasn't that much adult cartoons during that time. I think the only ones we had was maybe The Simpsons, and Futurama came out around the time where I think it was a little bit before Family Guy came out. Um, but my God, the characters that Matt Groening created for this property, the world that he created was so fun to watch, and I liked that there is a crap ton of science humor in it. Because apparently, a lot of the animators and writers of the show had degrees, like legitimate degrees, in the STEM
Okay.
fields. So there is a crap ton of there's a crap ton of inside science jokes. So that was always fun to watch. Raw Sandlot Rage. He is back. Welcome back, man.
Hello.
Um, but yeah, it's such a funny show. I think it's still ongoing. I think they're still renewing. Like that show was canceled. I swear to you, about maybe 3 times. Um,
Yeah, I think that was the joke. Like they made a few jokes about that
mm-hmm.
in the show.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the clips. I've never actually watched um
Futurama.
more than the first season. I think I've watched a few of the first season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the good thing about Futurama is that it's episodic. You really don't have to pay attention to Um, you really don't have to pay attention to the storyline unless you want to get some of the deep cuts that they'll call back to every now and again. But
Mm-hmm.
you can pick it up as is. You don't have to watch every single episode. But yeah, that's definitely that show came out around the time, and I was a kid. I think I was a teenager at the time, and so it was just edgy humor enough for me to have fun watching it. But yeah, that would be my second favorite cartoon. What would be yours?
My second favorite, I'm gonna switch my list up a bit.
All right.
My second favorite is Danny Phantom.
Oh yeah, I
Have you ever
remember
watched
that.
Danny Phantom?
I think I've only caught maybe 2 episodes of it. I think I remember watching the pilot episode, because I
Mm,
liked
okay.
the art style.
So this one was created by Butch Hartman.
Okay.
Same, same art style and everything
Mm-hmm.
as Fairly Odd Parents. You can definitely tell.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I remember this was one of the shows I would wait to watch the next episode. Did I say one of the episodes? I meant cartoons that I would wait every Friday
Mm-hmm.
or whenever they'd release it and just wait to see the new episode. Like, I don't know. It was really good. If you have a chance, watch it. It is definitely dated to early 2000s. Like
Yeah.
he has a pager,
Oh man.
which is like really those things don't exist. I think they
Not
still exist,
anymore.
but no one uses them.
No. For good
um
reason.
mhm. The humor is very early 2000s. He's a high schooler who just wants the attention of this girl, which I think a lot of media now still kind of portrays that sort of thing, like
Yeah.
just a
Yeah.
guy wanting to be normal, but he has weird ghost hunting parents and
Right. Because we all have ghost hunting parents here and there.
we got well, not really, but we got weird parents.
Right.
Can definitely relate to that. But yeah, I also really like how um this is a different style. It's similar, of course, to the Powerpuff Girls and this
Mm-hmm.
thick, bold lines and all that stuff. But the character designs are different. And I really like the designs in Danny Phantom.
Yeah, yeah. Danny Phantom, I think compared to the Fairly Odd Parents, he went much more in a serious route. Um, or I don't know if you would call it serious, but at least a more teenager leaning route for the show. Um,
It's definitely a little darker because they're
yeah, yeah,
ghosts.
exactly. It's a little bit darker, and it's definitely a jump from his Fairly Odd Parent cartoon. Whenever I
Hmm.
first saw Danny Phantom, I was a little surprised because we Fairly Odd Parents was very kid centric, very fairy tale, um, slapstick funny, whereas Danny Phantom, it's I mean, if we're gonna be honest, it's a superhero cartoon, right? So
It is. Yeah.
but yeah, I remember watching that. That was I think I've only seen like maybe 2 episodes out of it, because man, when did Danny Phantom come out? This was early 2000s as well.
I feel like it came out while I was in middle school. Let's see. 2004.
Two-
It came out before Avatar.
Jesus, I believe it.
And the original run
Yeah.
ran through to 2007. Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Huh, I guess
Damn.
I was not as old as I thought I was when this show came out. But my I did have a crush on Danny Phantom. My
Hey, I
crush
get it.
was warranted, I guess.
Yeah, I get it.
Was age appropriate. Dang, that's crazy though. I didn't know it came out in 2004.
Man, I didn't know that
Oh,
either. Before
I,
Avatar? That's
yeah, my
insane.
brain just
Yeah, I try not to acknowledge timelines too much. It'd be too depressing.
well, it's kind of happening now. My
I
brain
know.
is has aged. Ooh.
Let's see. My third cartoon is going to be. Oh man, now this one is a childhood cartoon. It's Ren and Stimpy. Um,
Mm.
Ren and
Yeah.
Stimpy is definitely. I would say Ren and Stimpy is probably the one cartoon that like got me drawing. As a kid, it got me into like that cartoon exaggerated style, um, and um, like a lot of people don't like Ren and Stimpy because of the gross out humor. I liked Ren and Stimpy because of the artistic um, liberties they would take with like close up images and the things that they would actually use to gross you out. It's weird, like a situation would be happening in the show, and then they would zoom in on something that they viewed as being gross, like let's say like varicose veins on an old person's leg, right? But they would
Mm-hmm.
animate it with such artistic skill that you couldn't help but admire how good it was. And like you didn't really see that kind of animation again until whenever SpongeBob came out. And SpongeBob,
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I remember, because I didn't really get the chance to watch Ren and
yeah.
Stimpy
I think it was
during its
way
original
before.
run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but when you mentioned that, I remember the close-ups that they had in at the early seasons of SpongeBob anyway. I don't
Yeah,
think they do it now.
yeah.
But
They don't do it now, but SpongeBob borrowed extremely heavy from Ren and Stimpy. At least like the animation style, the exaggerated expressions, and then the close up gross humor that they did for like the first couple of seasons. That all came from Ren and Stimpy. But the sad part is, as much as I love Ren and Stimpy, as I got older, and this can spawn a whole other conversation of uh, possible separation between creator and the art, you know? Because
mm,
it turned out that the creator of Ren and Stimpy was a real fucking creep. Um,
really?
yeah, on,
No.
yeah, exactly.
What do you mean?
The guy was a PDF file, man.
No.
Yeah, he groomed young hopeful animators. It's terrible. A number of young women came out against or with allegations of what he did. I don't know. I think at the time, like they weren't able to like legally do anything to him because it was beyond the what is it, the statute of limitation. So they couldn't, no kind of legal consequences came his way, but enough women came out and hammered him for it. So yeah, it's that his entire creation was stained wholeheartedly by his real life conduct, and rightfully so. I mean, fuck him for being a groomer, man. Um, but my God,
Yeah.
do I love the cartoon? And like I even think that my demented humor will sometimes comes from the cartoon. But then you stop to think about like where that weird ass humor came from, and it kind of makes you feel bad. And you're like, oh no, like why do you do this to me?
Well, you can at least find some uh comfort in thinking I definitely we might find the same things funny,
Mm-hmm.
but I definitely am not as creepy as
Yeah,
you.
I'm not
I am
that, you know?
like,
Like, dude, you
no,
you went beyond the pale, my guy.
that's
But
awful.
yeah, I was a gigantic fan of his art, and
Hmm.
the Ren and Stimpy series, super fun to watch. I don't recommend watching. I think at one point they tried to make an adult cartoon version of the show, which had a lot of weird, crude humor in it. I remember watching it and just had to. It just kind of, you could tell it was like a bad attempt at doing gross humor with adult themes, and it didn't land. The humor didn't land like it landed back then, because I think like the way they tried to contain him to a child's cartoon forced him to like evolve his humor and to make it a little bit more, there's adult, whenever you can find a cartoon that has adult humor in a kid show, I usually tend to think that those kid shows are better. Because
Yeah,
you can see the creative kind of like their wheels turning, trying to figure out like, how do I put this joke in here to where the kids aren't gonna realize it, but the parents are definitely gonna get the parents are gonna get a
yeah.
kick out of this, um because limitations can spawn creativity, folks.
Hmm.
um but yeah, unfortunately, my childhood cartoon has been tainted, and it's not fun. But I still have to admit how much Ren and Stimpy molded even my art. Like even whenever I try to draw, something a little bit more cartoonish or something a little bit more um, different from my Western realistic look. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, you can still see that that influence there. So yeah, it's definitely a childhood show that I hold dear, and I try to ignore all the weird shit that dude did.
What? I need to look up who the creator is.
His name is John K. Um,
Hmm.
but his last name, it's like a German or Polish last name. I can't pronounce it, but
Crick
um,
Falusi.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, really talented artist, but horrible human being.
Dang, dude.
I know, man.
Oh, wow.
It's the worst. But if anybody ever gets a chance to watch like the first three seasons of Ren and Stimpy, I think there's only three, which is so stinking surprising because I swear they had 1,000 episodes back in the day. Um, it's only
Guess it
three
just
three
feels that way.
seasons. Yeah, it always feels that way. They only have 3 seasons, and my God, is it a mental ride and a half to watch it. The humor is insane. It's funny. The artwork is so fun to watch. I always it's always fun watching that show inebriated years later.
So can you explain to me, because like I said, I didn't hadn't had the chance to watch it in its
Mm-hmm.
original one
Yeah.
run. What is the premise of Ren and Stimpy? Like what it is it so they're dogs.
Well, one of them's a dog. One of them is an
Okay.
asthma hound
Oh, and the other's
chihuahua.
a
The other one's a cat. Um,
yeah.
Essentially, like think of a cartoon like The Odd Couple, where you just have two characters that are like so polar opposite of each other, but they they coexist and they're best friends, right? So they're constantly getting themselves into like the most insane it's insane adventures. And the fun thing is that, there's no central storyline to Ren and
Mhm.
Stimpy. It's all episodic, right? Just like the old school
Yeah.
cartoons. So they're just constantly dumping these two characters, which is kind of like, just an odd pairing between the two. One, the cat is extremely dumb, and the asthma hound Chihuahua is smart to a default, but he's so smart that everything frustrates him. You know what I mean? So, but the two are like the best of friends, and they just throw these two characters into like random scenarios. Like one episode is they are door to door bottle nipple salesmen, right? And
Okay.
that's the premise of the whole cartoon. They're selling bottle nipples. Or like in another episode, they're like Ren enters Stimpy into a cat show or a dog show. I think he enters Stimpy into a dog show, and being a cat, he still wins the show, but in the most like backwards way possible. And it's just
Mhm.
that it's just tons of um, tons of random scenarios, and allowing just the comedy to kind of like slowly bake. And it's just a lot of slapstick. It really is a lot of adult humor in the cartoon. Because I remember, my dad used to love watching the cartoon with me, and I never understood why it was so funny to him until I got older. And then I was like, oh, so you were getting jokes out of this too, eh? I see how it is.
That's the best part.
Right? But
It
yeah.
kind of reminds me of Cat Dog.
Yes, yes. Actually, cat shows like Cat Dog is pretty close to, or like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, I love Courage the Cowardly
Yes,
Dog.
like these cartoons really did take a lot from Ren and Stimpy back in the day. Like
Mm-hmm.
I swear Ren and Stimpy is extremely influential in the
Mm-hmm.
American animation scene. It's just like I said, it's just been tarnished. If the creator wasn't such a weirdo.
Such a weirdo. When was Ren and Stimpy released?
Oh, dude,
Man,
years ago. Hold on, let me.
1991.
Yeah,
Okay, that
yeah.
makes sense.
this was this is what I mean. Like it was
Well, no
before your
wonder I
time
didn't
for
watch
sure,
it. Yeah, no wonder I didn't watch it before before
dude.
in its runtime because I
Yeah,
wasn't even alive
you weren't
in the
alive at the
runtime.
time. Yeah, like I remember watching this. It was on Nickelodeon. This was Ren and Stimpy was part of like the original Nickelodeon animated shows, along
Hmm.
with like Rocco's Modern Life, and man, what else was
Yeah.
out at the time? There was Rugrats and stuff like that, right? Um, and it was. I remember I used to have my cousin record it for me.
Oh
um
my gosh.
I man, I'm gonna date myself so hard here. Prepare yourself, kids. I used to have my cousin record the episodes for me on VHS, so then I could watch
Hmm.
them at home because we didn't have
Hmm.
cable. So so we would record them. My cousin would record them, and I'd take them home, and then I'd watch whatever came on that week.
Oh.
So yeah, yeah, I am old, so old. But my god, it was such a funny show. Like if you like that kind of slapstick gross out humor, then yeah, that's definitely a show for you. If yeah, if you're into that type of thing. But yeah, that's definitely number 3 that influenced a lot of my humor, a lot of my art. I used to draw Ren and Stimpy all the time, except for whenever my parents didn't let me draw the more gross stuff. I was like, fine, I won't draw boogers. So, what would be your number 3?
Oh. Um, it's gonna be a more recent one, but I just want to say I grew up watching I mean, I went outside and played, but a lot of my
She's
time
like, I
spent
did
as a
touch grass,
kid.
guys, I swear.
I did touch grass. That's funny. Um, I spent a lot of time watching cartoons, and
Mm-hmm.
you mentioning all these other cartoons like Dexter's Lab,
Yep.
Courage the Cowardly Dog for one, like just remembering a lot of the SpongeBob episodes, like the early
Oh
ones.
yeah. Yeah.
Like picking a favorite one is so
It's
hard
hard,
because
man.
they're all really good.
Yeah.
And I remember watching them and just laughing my ass off.
Right? They
And
all
oh
influence us
man,
in one way or the other.
yeah, they were all really good. But this one I have to put on my list just because it was a very short run.
Mm-hmm.
Um very like a very small passion project for these creators.
Yeah.
Um if you guys haven't had a chance to watch it, definitely go do it. It's available on streaming services right now. And it's a great show for this type of season.
Yeah.
Um, this nice wintry fall season. It's Over the Garden Wall.
Oh man, I've heard of this show a number of times. Um,
It's so good.
it's like I've heard of this show not only because the creators have also like there's other creators that have kind of like had Easter eggs of this show um, from
In their
yeah
shows.
in their shows, but I hear about it all the time and I have not had a chance to watch it yet. Isn't it on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken, or is it another?
Um,
Which streaming service is it on?
I don't think it's on Netflix.
No.
It's gonna be.
Let's
Oh,
see
let me
here.
look it up.
Yeah.
Because it's a Cartoon Network property.
Mm-hmm.
It says it's on Hulu,
Hmm.
and it is available on Amazon Prime
Okay, so it's a
Video.
it's a Hulu.
Mhm.
It's Disney. Huh. That's interesting.
No, it's a Cartoon Network.
Oh, it's Cartoon Network.
Yeah. If it were Disney, it'd be on Disney
Well,
Plus.
isn't Hulu Disney now, or am I thinking of this wrong?
Oh, yeah, yeah, no, you're right. They did buy they did buy Hulu. Dang, Disney's owning
They
everything.
own everything now.
But no, they're a Cartoon Network property.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it originally streamed on Cartoon Network. Um, and it's very short run. It's like 12 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, 10 episodes.
Oh
It's 10
wow.
episodes. Um, Elijah Wood's in it. He voices the main character. Um, and Christopher Lloyd's in it. If anyone doesn't know who Christopher Lloyd
Oh
is,
man. How can you
he's
not
a
know who Christopher Lloyd
yeah.
is?
He was in Back to the Future for one thing.
Exactly.
And among a ton of other
He was
things.
Uncle Fester
Um,
in Adam's Family. Come on, folks. Come on.
mhm. But yes, definitely love it. It's I don't want to spoil it,
I
but
do want to watch it. I really do. Do you, can you? Well, you know what?
o-
Honestly, like I'm
okay.
also the kind of person that I can hear spoilers and I probably will forget anyways. So,
So I think and people are still pulling out little theories and tidbits that they've seen in the show.
and that's
Like
one of the
they'll
things that I really like about it. Hmm.
yeah, you can watch back and you'll be like, this makes so much sense now. Um
I get it.
So it follows these two brothers who are
Hmm.
going through this mystical land. And you kind of see that it might be purgatory that
Oh shit. Okay.
that they might be traveling through.
Oh, I didn't
Um
know it was that deep. I like that. All
ye-
right.
it is really deep. It is that deep. Um and I think it's like akin to, Courage the Cowardly Dog. I don't know what it is with kids and liking creepy things, but it's a little kids cartoon that
Yeah.
touches on little creepy things.
Hmm.
idea of death and all this other stuff.
I mean, it's not
And
unheard
little
of for
kids are
kid properties.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just their curiosity
Yeah.
and I don't know, but it's a thing in Over the Garden Wall. It's what made it so popular. Um, and the fact that they're going through purgatory.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with that in mind, just watch the show and pick up all of these little, you know, all the symbolism, what these different characters may mean and what they're saying, what they're doing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little hidden things in the background. It's not just dialogue. Like you'll see things in the background and yeah, even to this day people are still picking it apart.
I
Such a
need
great
Yeah, I really want to watch that because um it's kind of the same thing that like got me into Adventure Time. The
yeah.
lore that's behind these cartoons is so fun to kind of like dive into. And I didn't even know that the lore even existed until I saw a YouTube video of it, you know?
Mhm.
But I
I
need
think
to
that's
watch that
another
one.
one. Yeah, I think that's another one I meant to write down too.
Mhm.
Adventure Time is one of my favorites too. That one, and it's still kind of ongoing, Adventure Time. They have a new series,
Oh yeah, like a spin-off,
Fiona and
yeah?
Cake.
Mhm.
Yeah, it kind of dives into multiverses.
Oh, dude.
Um,
Freaking sign
which
me
is a
up.
yeah, which is a pretty popular
Yeah,
trend
yeah,
right
it's
now.
it's it's everywhere nowadays.
It's everywhere. But yeah, if you haven't watched that one, definitely watch it too. Um, one of my favorites as well. And there's plenty of content for Adventure Time.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
there doesn't seem to be a shortage of YouTube videos that explain the timeline. Like, oh man, I've seen so many YouTube videos without actually seeing all of Adventure Time yet, only because the lore of it fascinates me so much. But you know, that's the way I am. I always like get into something and I'm like, man, am I ever gonna have time to watch this? Well, let me go ahead and watch this lore video. Screw it.
Instead of watching the
Yeah,
actual
instead
show.
of actually watching the show, I watch the lore videos of them. I really do need to make it a point to watch the shows, though.
Yes. Do it.
Is Over
Oh,
the Garden Wall anything have anything to do with, man? Now the name of this cartoon's gonna escape me. Um, it has a brother and sister in it, and there's their grandpa, and it has something to do with a secret society.
oh, that one's a good one too.
Yeah,
I
what is
love
it?
cartoons.
What
It's
is that one called? Crap.
oh my gosh. My brain is
I
I
can't
know
remember for the
Oracle
life.
knows this one.
Right.
It's Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls, that's the one I'm thinking
Yes.
of. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. That one's good too. That
Mm-hmm.
one's a really good
That's
one.
another one that's lore heavy. And I've been wanting to watch
Yes.
that one for a while.
That one, the lore doesn't get like too deep. Like if I had to compare it to
Mm-hmm.
Adventure Time's lore is crazy.
Yeah.
Like there
Yeah.
is so much stuff that happens in Adventure Time. Gravity Falls, yes, there's like a secret society and all this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but they break it down pretty well, I think, with
Oh
the time
really?
that they had. Yeah. And the humor is really good. I think Elijah Wood is in that one as well.
Damn.
As the is he? Let me look.
That's cool if he is though.
Yeah. But no, to answer your question, no, they're not connected,
Oh, okay.
but
I thought they were
I
connected for
think
some
a
reason.
few of the I think a few of the showrunners or writers
Or
worked
friends or
on
something. Yeah.
yeah, I think they all worked on Over the Garden Wall. Alex Hirsch. If you see that guy's name anywhere, watch it.
Okay. I
He's
need
the
to.
He's a great writer.
He's a
Yes.
creative genius, that dude.
Yes, he is. He's the one who wrote for and I think they all like all of these properties, they all worked on Adventure Time. Like
Damn, that's crazy.
Alex Hirsch worked on it. Another good cartoon I didn't mention, Steven Universe.
Yeah, I've
Rebecca
heard plenty of
Sugar,
that
the
one.
creator of that one, worked on Adventure Time. Just anyone who worked on Adventure Time, just watch their
they
cartoon.
they just spun off to create magic in other shows.
Yeah, these dudes were like creating some trippy stuff, but it's good stuff.
Right? Oh man, I need to. I got so many cartoons I need to catch up on, mainly because
Just gonna
they.
watch a bunch of
Yeah,
cartoons.
I just need to. I need to take the time to just sit down and watch a whole bunch of cartoons. And it's gonna be a good time, one way or the other.
It is.
Is that all of the? Is that the top 3 cartoons for us? Are we ready
Yeah.
to move on to? Oh my God, what do we, we're gonna go smack dab into anime, man. You ready for this?
All right. Let's
Okay.
do it.
All right. Let's see. I went first last time, so I'll let you go first this time.
Okay. My first, this is, well, without a doubt, my first all-time favorite anime.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I love that anime. I really do.
Yeah,
It
I
if it
love.
wasn't for nostalgia's sake, that would probably be super high on my list as well.
Mm, it's so good. I even pretty sure everyone did
Mm-hmm.
until the time that Brotherhood came out.
Yeah.
We all watched the first iteration of
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist,
Mm-hmm.
and that was pretty good until the ending.
Although,
And then the
to be fair, um, I didn't hate the ending of the first one. I understand
I
that it was made up for the because the manga wasn't finished yet, and so the
mhm,
anime studio, which they've done a million times before, kind of make up their own version of the ending. Um, but honestly, if I could like mix the two together, the two endings, I would be okay with it. Um, because I really liked the multiverse theory behind the first Full Metal ending,
mm.
where uh, Elric has to find his way. His way. Wait, was his name Elric? That was their
That's
last
their
name.
last name.
What's his first name
Yeah.
now? Crap.
Which one? The main
The
character or
the
his brother?
older brother. Yeah.
Edward.
Edward. Yes.
Yeah.
I liked the idea whenever originally aired of Edward having to find his way back to his brother, and how this concept of the death in this other dimension was fueling the alchemy of the universe that we experienced. You know what I mean? Like, to
Mhm.
me, like that concept was like, holy crap, like what's going on here? And now he's
Yeah.
like in this material world where he has to use science to find his way back to his family,
Yeah.
and then Brotherhood came out, and Brotherhood was, I mean, the ending to Brotherhood was exactly like the manga. Did you read the manga?
No, I didn't. I want to make it a point to eventually,
Mm-hmm.
um, just because I love the property so much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, no, they rebooted it because yeah, the manga finished. It was super popular in Japan, so they were like, let's just remake it.
And it was way
Um,
different than the ending that they had, so.
oh yeah, no. I'm not saying, okay, so I'm not saying that the ending for Full Metal Alchemist, the original run, is bad. I liked
Mm-hmm.
it too.
Yeah.
Like it that's super interesting that they brought in basically our world
Yeah, yeah, pretty
into it.
much. Yeah.
Like they even show anime Hitler
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
in the in the
Anime
movie.
Hitler. Oh no.
Um it It was Hitler though.
Yeah, it was Hitler. It definitely was
He was
Hitler.
in he was in the movie. I liked it,
Mm-hmm.
but I am super biased to Brotherhood because there's a happy ending. Like
Yeah.
they all end up together
Mm-hmm.
again
Yeah.
in their full bodies.
Yeah.
Um I do like though that Edward does lose his trade-off, his sacrifice is giving up his al alchemy
Yeah.
powers to get his brother's body back,
Mm-hmm.
equivalent exchange and
Exactly.
all that good jazz. I do like that because that's basically the common thread that they found,
Yeah.
um, was giving that up. Um, but yeah, I like the ending for Brotherhood because they all end up together, and Edward ends up with Winry, and everyone's happy.
It is a happier. I do give you that. It is very much a happier ending than the original anime for sure.
And I like all the additional characters that you didn't get to meet in the original
Yeah,
run.
yeah, they did
Like,
bring so many characters from the manga over.
that's so good.
Mm-hmm.
All those characters are super lovable.
Oh yeah.
I loved every single one of them, even the villains. Like, they're all super. It's such a well-written anime.
It is. It really is. It's one of my top fives. I actually collected the manga. I'm in the process of reading it. I haven't collected all of them because I'm collecting the book editions, the hardback editions of the manga, and they're not
Oh,
cheap.
like the omnibus?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
They're not
okay.
cheap and they're hard to find. So I haven't finished reading, and I don't want to do the cheating thing of like reading the digital version of it, because
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
would.
There's just something about reading the printed page that's so much better to me. So yeah, I'm in the process of reading the manga. Um, it's just been it's been a favorite of mine for a long time, ever since the
Mhm.
original run. So I am
Mm.
100% with you there. Let's see. I guess I'll go
All
over
right,
mine
what's your
next.
first?
So
Yeah.
my first is going to be um, Trigun. The well, I will say the original Trigun run. Although I
Mhm.
do like the rebooted version of it as well.
Okay.
But Trigun was probably my reintroduction into anime whenever I was a kid. Um,
Mhm.
I had a friend that went to high school with me, and he was much more into anime than I was at the time. And we were hanging out one time, and I asked for a recommendation because this was around the time where I was having those artistic rivalries with other people who drew in a anime style. And so I had like this weird distaste for anime, and this guy took it as his challenge to find an anime that I would like. So I remember him coming up to me, and he's like, "All right, so what do you like to watch?" And he was just kind of like trying to suss out what I was into, and then he's like, "All right, here, try this out." And he gives me this he gives me this burnt CD of Trigun, right? Because that's
Whoa.
that's how we used to get anime back in the day, folks. We didn't have no streaming services, all right. He gave me a burnt CD, a burnt DVD. Sorry, and I took it home. It had all. I think at the time it was 12 episodes, or maybe more. I don't remember now, but it was the complete. Actually, it wasn't the complete run. I think he had only gave me like the first 5 or 6 episodes, and I remember watching it, and then I ended up going on to eBay to try and find the rest of the DVDs. that existed at the time. It was like and then I bought the box collection at the time. Anyways, but besides
Wow.
constantly dating myself here, try, he had given me the burnt DVD. I watched it at home, and again, this was the first time I had seen adult targeted animation. Right? Sure, it was coming
Mm.
from Japan, but it was definitely adult targeted. It actually said the word shit, which didn't exist in any kind of animation that I had ever experienced up until that point. Right? And then it was like the story of this pacifist who is probably the most deadliest man alive, who as the story goes on, you end up it unfolds this backstory that's like insane, right? You end up learning that they're not actually on Earth, they're on some like desert planet, and he's not actually human, he's a plant, and he has this thing called the angel arm, and then you end up like the backstory for it just kept you know zigzagging and weaving in and out, and I was hooked, man. I was hooked, and from there, like, I've chased other anime that were just like it, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
um yeah, I love the hell out of Trigun. To this day I still do. And then whenever the reboot came out a couple of years ago, it was a one of those all 3D animes, which get a bad
Mhm.
rep a good majority of the time, but this one is so well done. It tells the story a little different, but for the most part, it keeps it's almost like a prequel, honestly. But um, I love the character designs. They've stayed pretty faithful as well. But yeah, Trigun was such a it was my first anime that got me back into the genre, and um yeah, it's nice. It's nestled in a warm spot in the old heart. so so I don't think I'll ever not like it.
I do like the character designs for
Oh
Trigun.
man. Yeah.
You did mention the new reboot of it.
Mm-hmm.
I tried watching it.
Yeah.
Um
Is it
and I
3D a
like
bit
the
too much?
No, I like it. They did a great job with the CG
Yeah.
animation.
Yeah.
Um
I was surprised
it,
how well Studio Orange did with that one.
it's really good. I just don't like the pacing so much. Like I
Hmm.
feel like so I want to ask, is
Mm-hmm.
that the same is the story how it plays out in the remake the same as the original run? Do they change it? Is the pacing a little different in the original run, or how does it feel to you as someone who
I would
watched?
say in the original the pacing is way different. The original is more like a it's a slow burn in the original. Like
Mm,
they don't give you the origin of Vash the Stampede right off the bat. He's as much as a mystery um in the anime in the original anime as he is like the world around him. You know what I mean? And
mm-hmm.
I would say like the which I don't know what they're going to be doing with season two, which they're in the process of. I think that one season two is going to be coming out pretty soon, where they may start exploring some of the darker aspects of the storyline. Um, whoops, but the I would say like I don't know. I kind of like the original pacing a little bit more. They
Mm-hmm.
don't give you everything right off the bat. It's more of a mystery. There's more comedic aspects to the original, um, which I think to me kind of like fleshes out Vash a little bit more as a character, right? It makes him, to me, the original makes him a little bit more flawed, um,
Hmm.
and and I appreciate that um, as a character development for him, right?
Mm.
His pacifism is to a default, or I'm sorry, it's to a flaw for him. And in this reboot, his pacifism isn't as, I mean, it's kind of prominent, but uh, there aren't as many consequences, I guess, as in the original. I guess in the original they were more willing to kind of like really put him through the ringer, make him suffer.
Mm.
But honestly, the way they would make him suffer, like I guess it just, for as much comedy as in the original, it's just as gritty, and I think that serves the character more. The reboot is more polished, and they kind of sanitize it a little bit.
Mm.
But in all honesty, the original is sanitized too, because the manga is a lot more brutal. And I was kind of hoping, whenever I heard about the reboot, I was kind of hoping that they were gonna do like a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, right? But with Trigun. Um,
The more true to form.
exactly, something that was more true to the original manga, but they didn't go that route. So instead, they decided to kind of do like a traditional reboot where, you're kind of following the story beats, but at the same time it's its own story, and so it makes it a little bit less predictable. It's a
Hmm.
choice. It's a choice. It probably is something that I wouldn't have wanted them to do. Um,
Yeah.
but we're here now. It's for what it is. It's not bad. Um,
Hmm.
but I was really hoping on something that was going to be a little bit more, a little bit closer to the manga, because I collected the entire manga series whenever that came, or whenever I became a fan. So I'm very partial to the original story, and we
Mm.
don't really get that with this reboot. I mean, like it's kind of like an updated version of the story, and they haven't really. Well, I guess one of the things I didn't like about the reboot is that they kind of like revealed the mystery right up front.
Which mystery?
Well, the mystery of like who Vash and his brother is, where they come from,
Mm.
why they view humanity the way they do. In the original anime, they don't give you any of that until you get much closer to the end of the series, and then you start to better understand the motivation between Vash and his brother. Whereas in this reboot, they put their motivations right up front, and then you see everything unfold from there. So yeah, that's the only downside.
Mm.
I tend to like the mystery a little bit more.
But so, would you recommend the manga over the anime?
Um, Man, that's a
In terms of story,
um.
like,
In terms of story, God. Okay, I'll say this much. I would recommend the anime in terms of story. I definitely recommend the anime, because the anime does it. It's a lot easier to follow because the manga
mm,
hops around a lot, right? There's a lot of
mhm.
time shifts in the manga. There is a lot of side stories in the manga. So unless if you want a more cohesive story, stick to the anime. If you want a more fleshed out versions of the characters and motivations, then dive into the manga, because even though the story is a little bit more disjointed in the manga, it gives you so many side stories that it builds the main characters, right?
Mm.
and on top of that, like there was this whole licensing BS that happened with the original manga, and then he had to publish underneath a new publishing house, and so they had to rename it to Trigun Maxim, and there's this whole thing. There's a reason why the story is so disjointed. If you read the original mangas, because he had to switch publishing companies at some point, and then get the rights back and all that. So I definitely, if you want more cohesive story anime, if you want in-depth look at the characters and of the artwork, oh my god, the artwork's so good, so good. Then I would go manga for sure. But what I would say is probably watch the original anime first, get a feel for it, and then go into the manga and be like, good god. like the context.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's the way I would tackle it for sure. All right, I need to get more loose. I'm being too tight with this. No more Mr. Tight lines and none of that crap. I need to just sketch, baby. Let's see.
All right.
Um.
Well, you're getting into sketching.
Uh huh. Uh
Let me
huh.
get into number two. Uh, I've watched so much same as cartoons. I've watched so much anime,
Yeah.
but I don't remember a lot of the anime that I've consumed.
Yeah.
I've read a lot
Yeah.
of
I get
manga
it.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched some really weird stuff, but
I like that.
nothing.
I watched a lot of weird shit, folks.
I read a lot of weird things too,
I mean
but
that's pretty much anime and manga in a nutshell, though, right?
when you love media so much, you
Right?
gotta you gotta consume the weird stuff too. Obviously, draw the line. If it's too weird, no.
Yeah.
But none of it has stuck with me like Demon Slayer has. I will have to say
Hmm.
Demon Slayer has actually made my number two
Right.
of top anime of all time, and maybe because I don't remember a lot of anime that I've watched. But
Recency
uh
bias.
that too. I
Yeah.
just can't remember a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say this is my number two anime purely because of the animation. Like the
Yeah.
story itself is really easy to digest. Um the characters are really lovable, but the animation carries it so hard for me and for a lot of people too
Yeah.
that it's made such a mark on on me. I think it's also one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of study animation
Mm-hmm.
because watching it and seeing like all the particle effects and everything. And yes, they do use a little bit of CGI in some of their shots. I don't think with anything of the close-ups, maybe they do.
Mm-hmm.
I know for sure when they're like running, especially in the first few episodes, you can see it. They'll use it when they're just running in the background or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can tell like this animation, especially for the later seasons, but even in the first season when they didn't know it would take off or anything like that, you can see the love that was poured into the frames and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just blew me away. Like this will be one of the things like wow, I'm here to experience I was here to experience it when it first came out and what a privilege that was.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's why it's my number two. And being here during the release of each movie is also another like privilege in itself. Oh man, like I'm just so happy. What a time to be alive.
Right.
Like what a time to be a fan of anime. Oh.
I really enjoy um Demon Slayer. I watched the first season of it, enjoyed the animation, The story was heart wrenching in the best of ways. Um,
Mm-hmm.
even the way that they flesh out the bad guys is the various demons that he has to fight is amazing. Um,
Yeah.
and then I got lost in going into season two because that's whenever they released the movie and then they released a show, which was kind of a rehashing of the movie. And then from there, it's not like you can get like Demon Slayer season two, Demon Slayer season three. Now it's like Demon Slayer, Demon Slayer Mugen Train, Demon Slayer some other title.
Yeah.
So now I
They
get lost on like, okay, what season is what and the where now? Why do they have to name it something different each time? Just give me a season one and two, please.
Mm-hmm.
I can't keep up. So yeah, I think I've only seen like the first and second seasons, although I didn't get a chance to see Mugen Train. I just saw season two, I think.
Mm.
But I did like it. It's an amazing anime. Like I said, that animation is top tier, man. They put their heart and soul into it. The same way I wish
Hey.
they'd put the heart and soul into seasons 2 and 3 of One Punch Man, but I digress.
Oh. Yeah, I've heard some stories about
Oh my god.
season three
I'm
of One
afraid
Punch
to
Man.
see seasons 2 and 3 for that very reason.
Have you seen some of the the
Yes.
memes
Yeah,
for
I've seen
season
a
three?
number of the memes is the reason why I don't want to because that's another anime that I really love, especially the first season. And I
It was a good
collected.
first season.
Yeah, exactly. And then I collected the manga um purely based off of the first season alone. And then the second season came out and I was like, what did you do to my boy?" Like,
Dang.
why did you do this? Why couldn't the original animation studio tackle the seasons 2 and 3? What happened? And then, of course it's like animation studio politics and all that jazz, and it sucks. It sucks, man. I wanted a good season, a good follow-up season at least. I'm gonna have to make do with whatever the heck we got now.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It happens. You just gotta roll with the punches, you know.
It's okay.
It's all
I
right.
too ignore the fact that some seasons for animes exist. We could.
It's for our own sanity, really.
It's okay. There's only one season of One Punch Man. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's only one.
I don't need a follow up. It's all good.
There's
I
only
got
one.
the
There's
I
a
got the
season two and
manga.
three.
What?
There's no such thing.
No such thing. The studio never got around to doing it. We're okay.
Yeah.
Oh
All right.
man.
What's your number three?
Let's see. Number 3 would be. Are we at number 3 already or 2?
You're number two. Sorry,
Okay.
I started.
um, number 2. Blah 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 blah. Number 2 for me is going to be Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop. That was again another oldie, another classic. That was I think Cowboy Bebop. See, if Trigun got me back into anime, Cowboy Bebop solidified my place in it.
Mm.
Right? The storytelling, just the vibes, man. The vibes of Cowboy Bebop. The music is amazing. Um I at this point I try to watch everything that comes from that director. Ah, dang it! Now I'm not gonna remember the director's name. Um, uh, but yeah, I ended up collecting. There's only one season of Cowboy Bebop, obviously, and then the movie. And I have both of them. It's just one of those. It's weird because it's like Cowboy Bebop's only 12 episodes, right? You would
It
swear,
is?
yes, it's only 12 episodes. That's it. No season 2, nothing
Are
like
you
that.
for real?
You get 12 episodes. It's a complete story. So you get right up until, spoiler alert, the main character's death at the very end. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's one season. It's nice, contained
Wow.
story, and you get one movie that kind of happens in the middle of the Cowboy Bebop season. So it's just kind of like an add-on, kind of throwaway story, but with much much better animation. Um, but yeah, man, if you've never had a chance to watch it,
No, and I didn't know it was that short. So it's really only 12
it's
episodes?
only 12 episodes, man. I can
I think
literally
I need to
show
check.
you. I have the entire collected series. I can literally, in one day, practically in one sitting, you can watch the entire series.
I mean, yeah, I've done that with several series.
Exactly. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop's only 12 episodes. That's it. But it tells such a tight story that is, and it's weird because the story, although it has an overarching plot, it's episodic. So every story is a different scenario that's happening in these bounty hunters' lives, and then there is this overarching story that's happening in the background, and it reveals that overarching story through like little hints here and there through the series, and then you get the grand finale at the very end. But yeah, man, it's only 12 episodes. It's super. It's a compared to anime nowadays, it's a light watch.
Wow.
But it's such a great series. It's such a fun property. Um, and for that one, the it that's another anime where the dub is the only version that I'll watch of it because it has Steve Blum. If you know him as a voice actor, has the silkiest voice ever. I'm jealous. I want him on my voicemail. Uh, and you have a lot of veteran voice actors on that anime, and I mean the voiceover in that anime is peak. I suggest watching the voiceover if you get a chance to watch Cowboy Bebop. But yeah, if you like film noir, um, with kung fu action and just beautiful music, and it's the same composer for that one as the composer that did Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, okay.
What's his name? Yoko something. God damn it, the name escapes me. But it's just I still, that's another anime where I have the music on my Spotify playlist, and sometimes I'll just jam to it, man.
I have heard the music. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. It's good stuff. And so yeah, I highly recommend that one if you ever get a chance to watch it. And plus, since it's such a short watch, it's easy to
Yeah,
get
now
into.
now knowing it's only 12 episodes, I don't have a reason not to watch it. Like that's kind of wow.
Yeah, you would expect it, like, for its legendary status, you would expect it to have been like 24 episodes or something, but no, it's an
Yeah.
extremely short anime. It's
So,
just mm-hmm.
is there a manga for it? Or
No,
is it just purely an anime? Okay.
it's an original property. That's another thing. It's like Neon Genesis Evangelion, where it's an original anime.
Oh,
There
okay.
was no manga of it that existed beforehand.
Hmm, interesting.
Right?
What to know. And other question.
Mm-hmm.
There has been a live action adaptation of Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
feel as
Okay.
someone who
I feel
I
like
gotta know.
I feel like I was I feel like I was catfished. Here's the thing. Whenever the live action adaptation was announced, they released this promo for it. Oops, excuse me. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
They released this promo for the live action show that was so good.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the promo, and the way they filmed it, they made it look like manga panels or comic book panels, and the action that they had was so exaggerated. It was so good. And the as far as like the actors, I liked Cho as Spike Spiegel. All the actors were pretty spot on. The only actor that I was kind of lukewarm towards was who they had as Vicious, but I was willing to kind of look over that, right? It was
Mm-hmm.
the casting for it wasn't bad at all. Um and the promo was really spot on. And then whenever the show came out, it didn't carry that same energy as the promo. It didn't even carry the same cinematography as the promo. So if it felt like you got catfished by this commercial, because everything that was in this promo, none of it was in the TV show.
Aw.
So it really sucked, man. I really thought I was gonna get a really good Cowboy Bebop translation. Now if I take the anime for what it was, it wasn't. I'm sorry, not the anime, but if I take the show for what it wasn't terrible,
Mm-hmm.
but it definitely didn't live up to the anime. And I think that's the cardinal sin, right? The actors were good. The the set designs were really good for a Netflix show. It
Mm-hmm.
just it didn't have that same energy, and because it didn't have that same energy, and then I felt catfished by that promo. That's why that's the reason why I didn't like it. I'm pretty sure if you didn't know anything about Cowboy Bebop, you probably would have liked it. Um,
Mm.
Mainly because it had a lot of the same musical composer came back and was
Okay, that's
composing for the
pretty cool.
live action. You could tell that all the actors really loved the original property. They tried their best to faithfully translate it. Um, it just, it just left a bad taste in my mouth that I got catfished by the promo, because that
Yeah.
promo was damn near perfect, Lily. You don't understand. It was such a good promo. And then like out of nowhere they
The
the
thing comes out,
yeah, the thing
it's
comes out.
nothing like it.
It's completely different. It was so
Yeah.
frustrating.
At least it wasn't terrible, right? It
No, it's
just
not terrible. It's
yeah.
a passable. I mean, like the graphics are really good on it. I mean, it for it being a Netflix property, the graphics were really good. Um the um the set designs were awesome. I mean, cuz you're essentially adapting a sci-fi property, right? So it's not going to be it's not going to be a easy show to film, right? You're having to
Mhm.
use a lot of special effects and green screens, right? So it's almost like trying to shoot a movie. Um, but the um, yeah, if you're gonna experience Cowboy Bebop, just watch the anime. Watch the anime, and then if you're curious, go ahead and check out the live action. Um, But I was so pissed that I got catfished. I'm gonna send you that promo, and I and you're gonna be like, oh man, that looks freaking awesome. And then if you ever get a chance to watch the actual show, you're gonna be like, what the hell did they do?
I I probably won't ever watch the live
Yeah,
action,
yeah,
but
they're
I'm
just
definitely
save
gonna make it a
yourself.
point. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make a point to watch the anime though.
Oh yeah, definitely. The anime is really really good. I got no complaints
Hmm.
about it.
Cool.
So what would be your third was that your third anime already? Or have you
No.
gone to your third? Okay.
So this is my third,
Mhm.
and this is where the thing, the discussion starts happening. My what I put for my third is what you put for your first cartoon. It's going to be Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh no, she opened up
Yes.
that can of
So
worms.
yeah, so I'm in the camp, and I
Yeah.
would have. So um, I'm not gonna tell anyone they're wrong for thinking that Avatar is a
Mhm.
cartoon.
Mhm.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think I'm right. I think that Avatar fits in its own category
Yeah.
along with these other animes and cartoons, where they're kind of a hybrid.
Mhm.
Um, but I do have a few talking points for why I think it leans more towards anime than cartoon.
Okay.
Um, but like I said, I think it's a mishmash. Like I think
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
mishmash of anime cartoon.
Mhm.
One, being if just a random person who doesn't consume anime at all looks at Avatar, just looks at, the basic poster for it.
Yeah.
They would be like, "Oh yeah, that's one of them Japanese animes, right?"
True.
That's one.
Uh-huh.
um, two. Dang, I thought about this whole thing and now I'm just blanking.
C-
Um,
Can I add
let's see now.
something? Can I add something
Yes.
to your point? And
Yeah.
actually, I agree with you. I think that differentiating between whether or not this is a anime, quote unquote anime, I think it's kind of a I see it as being a very dumb argument. And the reason
I
I
think so
see
too.
it as being a dumb argument is because Avatar: The Last Airbender was produced by a art studio outside of America. Like, granted, the creators themselves are American, and it is
Mhm.
their American designs that are inspired by anime, but the actual animation was done by studios in South Korea and Japan. So
Mhm.
I mean, if your uh, criteria for an anime is that it's produced in Japan, well then there that checks the box, right? if
That
your if your hang up is like, oh well, the creators aren't Japanese, well now you're just splitting hairs.
that's what I'm gonna get into here in a
Mm-hmm.
bit too. Those little arguments. I
Mm-hmm.
did just remember number two
Yep.
for my basic points. Number two is that in Japan, anime just means cartoon
Yes.
in Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
So it's technically
Yeah.
it's
It's
technically an
technically a
anime. It's
cartoon.
technically a cartoon.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah, you're
same as
absolutely
any
right.
of yeah, same as any of the cartoons that we just discussed.
Uh-huh.
Powerpuff Girls is an anime
Yes. In the
because
direct translation, most definitely.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So for those talking points that people want to say for their argument. Um One common one is that it has to be based off of Japanese culture. It's not. It's based off of a bunch of Asian cultures.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if that's the criteria, then Full Metal Alchemist is not an anime because it
Exactly.
is based off of
European.
Western
Yeah.
European culture. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Trigun
Yeah.
is not an
Western.
anime because it's based off of Western
Mm-hmm.
European. Yeah, among other many other
Yeah. Cowboy
properties.
Bebop. Again,
Mm-hmm.
that's Western
Exactly.
based.
Mm-hmm. Not an anime if that's
Not
the
an anime.
criteria you're gonna. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Number two. What was number two? There's just so many thoughts running through my head. It has to be by a Japanese creator. Okay, so then many of the properties that are being released now, um, like a big one is Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling
Oh
is not an
yeah, that's
anime.
exactly.
That's a
That's a South
Korean
Korean.
property.
Yeah.
Yes, that was originally a manhwa.
Yeah.
Uh, that is the term for anyone in the audience for Korean-based comic strips.
Mm-hmm.
Same as manga. Another minor one that people like to throw around is that it has to be based off of a manga. Incorrect. That would
Nope.
also mean that, as you said, Cowboy Bebop was not based off of a manga. It
Mm-hmm.
is a standalone animated anime property. So that pretty much shoots that one out of the water.
Exactly.
Uh, Another one is that it has to be made by Japanese people. That just shoots so many.
So many, yeah. Cause
Because, like you said, so many properties are animated in different countries. A lot
mm-hmm.
of cartoons are produced in a lot of, as I've seen, a lot of animation studios in the Philippines. Like,
Yeah.
there are animators there who will animate for the property.
Mm-hmm.
And so many other things as well. Like,
There's
and
a lot of
then just
Chinese
saying,
art houses out there too.
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then another one is it has to be made by a Japanese creator. No, that's just so we live in 2025.
It's
That
too limiting, man. You are gatekeeping a medium that that has so many different countries contributing to, and this goes for manga as well, right? Manga and anime. You have so many different creators from all over the world exploring the art style because of how popular it is, that to be
yeah.
like, oh well, this isn't a true anime or it's not a true manga because it didn't come directly out of Japan. It's kind of BS.
Yeah.
It's like just
Ah,
allow the style to breathe and to evolve. And I'm with you. I think Avatar: The Last Airbender can be considered an anime
mm-hmm,
and a cartoon because that's what an anime
mm-hmm.
is. And
Yes.
I think people are just trying to gatekeep. You know, it's the usual. It's not unheard of in the anime community that people want to gatekeep something.
I know. It's like people complaining that pizza isn't pizza if it isn't made in
By Italians.
Italy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in the anime community in the specifically, it's like saying that cosplayers have to be Asian
Oh
because
my god, I know.
a lot of the properties are Asian
Mm-hmm.
people, which they're not.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
for example, Full Metal Alchemist, they're not Asian.
Yeah, they're not
Those are
Asian.
white people.
Yeah.
Um, there are Asian people in the property, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a lot of people cosplaying them. But
Oh man, but
like
the amount of racists in these fandoms are insane.
it's so sad and it
Yeah.
is so gatekeepy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like just let people do what they do. Why
Just
do you
let
have
people
to?
have fun and create, folks.
It's an anime.
Yeah.
It's an anime and people of all backgrounds can create anime, can
Mm-hmm.
create manga.
It's true. It's absolutely true. I 100% agree with you. I think that that people get too gatekeepy whenever it comes to anime. Um, I think that it's just like with every fandom, um,
Mm-hmm.
people just get too tribal in a fandom, and they are dying to exclude people out of it, and it's ridiculous. Like,
At the end of the day, guys, we're just nerds.
yeah.
We're just nerds who love the same thing, and we should just let people enjoy it. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
people are being harmful,
Oh, for sure.
then of course, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
attack those people. But
Get them.
all in, yeah, get them. But all in all, yeah, we're just nerds. Honorable mentions. Um, I really love the Kyoto Animation Studio.
Mm-hmm.
They're one of my favorites. And then another specific name for an anime is Devil is a Part-Timer,
Oh yeah,
which
I watched
doesn't
that
have a
one.
second season. There's no second season that exists for Devil is a
Wait a minute.
Part-Timer.
I distinctly remember.
Nope, that doesn't exist. I don't know what you're talking about.
It never happened. Gotcha.
Yep,
Gotcha. Never watched it.
it didn't.
Nope.
But yeah, that one's a good one. But let's get into your third one.
My third one, let me see. My third one is Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Mm,
And again, this is another original anime, obviously, and I am a fan of all the versions of it. Both the new movies and the original run, and the added on movie of the original run, because people didn't understand the original ending and they had to recreate it, and then they had to recreate it again because people didn't understand the original, and then
oh my gosh. How
oh dude,
many?
there is let's see, so you had the original anime, and that
How long
that
was
had
that?
its own ending. I believe that one's 24 episodes, if I'm not mistaken,
Okay.
and it has its own ending, right? It
Okay.
the ending was cut a little bit short, I think, because of budgetary reasons or something to that degree. Then they released a movie that kind of like um, gave further context to the ending of the anime. And then after that, was there one movie or two movies? Damn, I don't remember. I think there was only one movie that came out after that. And then they released movies that pretty much went through the entire series. It was 3 movies in total, that rehashed the entire series and gave a brand new ending to the
Okay.
to the anime. Um, Honestly, I'm a fan of all of them. There is the reason I like the anime so much is because it tackles isolation and loneliness, and it tackles being ostracized and the need for parental figures and how they affect the child. And then there is just a crap ton of symbology that, and the lore behind Neon Genesis Evangelion is fucking gigantic. If you ever get a chance to like really dive into that. And then it's just an anime that explores um, our our basic instinct to be a social, we're social creatures, and it kind of examines what happens if we don't get that socialization the way we're supposed to, right? But of
Mm.
course, it's a whole bunch of big robots fighting monsters, so it's all in context, man. You just kind of have to. You like big robots punching monsters? That's your anime. You want to learn about human psychology whenever it comes to socialization? That's your anime. You want really cool designs? That's your anime. And it's funny because I remember that I originally did not like Neon Genesis Evangelion because as a teenager, I hated the art style. You remember how I said that I had all these anime rivals in high school? I used
Yeah.
to the one of the things or one of the hangups that I had with anime whenever I was a kid is that I didn't like that it was hard to differentiate the boys between the girls design wise,
Mm.
right? And I would
Okay.
always use Neon Genesis Evangelion as my example, right? I would be like, Ray looks just like Shinji. She looks just like Shinji. Like, all they do is they draw the same face and they put different hair on the character. And then whenever I finally watched the anime, I was like, okay, I could get past the artwork if I understand
Actually,
the
it's not
story.
that
That's
bad.
it's
Yeah.
the artwork, I mean, even to this day, I like I like anime style.
Mm.
Sometimes I do think it can get too locked into its own aesthetic. Um
Mm.
and sometimes I think like for instance, you take a lot of the older properties like Neon Genesis and Dragon Ball Z, and you can switch hair between characters, and they look exactly the same. It's what we call in the in the art world, same face
Same
syndrome.
face
Yeah,
syndrome.
same face syndrome. Um, and obviously as artists we can all suffer from this syndrome, right? We find an aesthetic that we really like and we get locked into it and it's hard for us to get out of it, and we try different ways to kind of like you know change a nose or change the
Mm-hmm.
way the eyes are shaped or something that differentiates itself a little bit. And then as a young artist and me always having these rivalries with other artists at the time who were heavy in the anime, I used to always making fun of that fact, right? Like, oh well, all the characters look the same except one character's hair is blue and the other one is brown, and that's the only difference. And then obviously as I got older, I came to appreciate the art style a lot more, and even grew some inspiration from the art style, with how I draw, like the way that they animate clothes or action poses and all that. It was something to learn from. But as much as I hated Neon Genesis Evangelion in the beginning, I ended up really loving it as I got into it. I
That's
was like,
good.
this Neon Genesis Evangelion ain't so bad once you once you get into the story. You gotta get past how old the kids are. Duh.
Yeah,
There's
definitely.
that age old Japanese thing of they explore these adult themes with kids and it's uncomfortable.
Do you still feel that way about the art style now, or
um. Hmm.
because it's not? I'm not saying it's with
Mm-hmm.
that property specifically, but there is same face syndrome
Yes, for sure.
in a lot
Um.
of yeah.
I think you had a lot of young artists that came up that were pretty much lived and breathed anime. And I even have like nieces, who like, got into art and they would come to me and I would teach them, things that I knew, and their style was very heavy anime influenced. And so with the younger audience, or with younger artists, I found that whenever their first inspiration was anime, they really didn't learn the basics of like face structure and anatomy and all that, so their drawings would look very, their style would be very locked in, and it didn't allow a lot of them to like explore outside of the style and kind of find their own way, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say that's the way it is within the industry, because the artists that come out of Japan and South Korea and China and the Philippines, these styles, although they're in an Eastern anime style, they explore that style so much that
Mhm.
I don't see anime in the way I did as a kid anymore, because they're exploring, they explore with it so much that it doesn't, a lot of them don't have the issue of this, same face syndrome, you know?
Yeah.
Um like point in case, you have, like, I'm trying to think of like extreme styles that are unique, like panty and stocking comes to
Mhm.
mind. um uh let's see what other, Fooly Cooly comes to mind.
Mhm.
um um of course you have Studio Ghibli, that looks, their house style looks very different from traditional anime, even though people bite off their style so much nowadays that it's almost considered generic, but for whenever they first came out, they were extremely unique. um
Yeah.
you have, and try and think of anime styles that are off the top of my head. Those three are the only ones that really come to mind right now. But there are
Mhm.
a number of other ones where they explore with the style so much that they create their own, right? Kind of in the exact same way that Western art style did, right? Western art style was in the very beginning very much, Jack Kirby, very much, Scott, um, uh, kind of like this statuesque realism, and then it morphed over time and it found its own way within the greater community. But unfortunately, whenever it's the young artists, and they mostly stick, they get locked into a style until they're able to develop their own. And that's the only real fault that I found with the anime style, is that it became so popular and so widespread that it felt as if it stifled a lot of young artists to not really
Mhm.
tackle, traditional art and and um and realism that ultimately would have lended them to become better anime artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, for instance, did you see that free Ren meme that's been going around the internet lately
Oh, I
about,
love that meme.
yeah, the guy, he's trying to, he's asking for help on how to draw a specific angle that's almost impossible,
Mhm.
you know? And so like that, that's the beginning stages, right? Somebody gets into art. Obviously their style is influenced by anime heavily, right? And
Mhm.
so their understanding of anatomy becomes very hot, very, or becomes very, disconnected at first, because anime doesn't really tackle those angles very much, and unless you know traditional, anatomy and traditional, art, you're not really going to be able to really, um, you're not gonna be able to dissect that angle and be like, well, obviously the chin does this, and then, the head, there's gonna be a perspective swoop back, and, you're not really gonna get that much forehead. You're mostly getting, the upper brow, and right, and but you learn that through traditional art, right? Learning traditional, anatomy, and then you take what you learn through tradition into the anime style, and it catapults you, right? Because now you can do
Mhm.
this angle, but now you're going to incorporate this stylistic, artwork, right? The way of drawing the figure in a stylistic way.
Mhm.
And that's what I saw a lot, with young artists, right? Where they would get stuck because you're so locked into the style, and the style doesn't often explore, um, atomically correct figures.
I think it obviously it's with them being of a younger um
Yeah.
mind,
They're gonna
you know?
learn. Everybody
Yeah.
goes through their
You,
artistic journey.
yeah, of course. It's what you see face value. I think what you're trying to describe is that anime and also cartoon, it
Mm-hmm.
it looks very two-dimensional.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it
Exactly.
looks very two-dimensional, it looks flat. So when you're trying to draw these angles, they do exist. It's just, you know, uh these artists in anime and in manga even, um they show those angles by you placing lines cleverly, you know.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it.
yeah. And that comes with time. Like
Mm-hmm.
um and like you said, that comes with having to go through a traditional type of study. You have to observe real life in order to transition it into your animation, into your cartoon work. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Like you were explaining, that's how it elevates it. That's how you're able to kind of. It's not to say people can't have their own niche styles that kind of suffer from same face syndrome. It's not to say they didn't study
Yeah.
some form of traditional artistry. I'm
Uh-huh.
sure that I'm sorry, I'm gonna throw them under the bus. The One Piece manga mangaka
I'm pretty
kind
sure
of
he studied
suffers.
at an art school at some point.
I'm sure he did. I would
Yeah.
like to think so.
Mm-hmm.
That he, yeah.
I I
But his
think
stuff kind of.
yeah, I think the thing is like with a lot of manga artists, they probably, it's just like with anything else within art. You start off with the basics and then you develop your style, right? And the
Mhm.
tough part with young artists is that whenever they just view the style and they don't start off with the basics, then their style ends up become locked, and I guess the
Yeah.
best way of putting it, like uninformed, or it's an uneducated style, right? Because you don't start off with the basics, but instead now you're within this style and you're trying to navigate within the style, and the style doesn't allow you to, or it doesn't teach you the basics, because you're essentially copying something that you're copying an artist that is well beyond the basics, right? So
Mhm.
you're playing in this realm, and you can't gather the tools that you need to really, like, it's almost like, imagine you're in a video game and you're in level 1 and you get spawned in a level 10 area, and you're like, yeah, I can do this. I love the way level 10 looks. And let me just run around and do stuff. And you're constantly getting slaughtered because you're not level 10. You need to go back to level 1, learn everything that you learned from level 1, and work up to level 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mhm.
And yeah, it's like, I very much enjoy the anime style whenever it's explored and experimented with, and then I think that there's a difference between that exploration and whenever something just looks like, yeah, this is an artist that started in anime and never evolved past anime, and their style is like so dependent on this stylistic choice that it becomes I guess the best way, like, it becomes noticeable to
Mm.
artists that did start from like level 1 and went up to level 10. And not to making fun of the people that are stuck in this style, right? You just go up to them and be like, hey man, like, this is how you do it. And hey, check out this book about anatomy, or check out this book about perspective, or check out this book about, and this is gonna help you. This is gonna help you in this style. Like, I'm chuckling because I saw this one video where it's that same free run meme, and the guy's like, yeah man, I'll help you. I'll help you figure out this perspective. And homie goes in, right? It's a video. And he goes in and he starts off drawing the organs, like the brain, the eyeballs, the liver, the central nervous system. And then he goes in and he draws the skeleton, like the whole skeleton, dude. And then he goes in, he draws in the muscle system. Like we're talking like medical level detail here. And then he goes in and he draws Freerin on top of all these basics, right? And
Mm-hmm.
and obviously the dude's not being an asshole, but essentially he's exemplifying, like, this is how you start, right? You start from the beginning. You have to know where everything is atomically speaking, right? You gotta, not only do you have to understand line weight, not only do you have to understand, the pressure in which you're using your pencil or digital pen, but you also got to understand the figure and the building blocks of the figure, and then you can go into this style, right? And it was such a perfect representation of kind of what I'm talking about here, where it's like you can tell the difference between whenever a person is style locked and whenever a person has studied, and the person who studied can usually find an evolution past the style and make a style their own.
Yeah.
And oh man, that video freaking cracked me up. And then like the comments, I always like going to comments of videos and like seeing like like people are just going, damn, like what do you're trying to show him how God created humanity? What's going on here? And the only thing I commented on that guy's video is like, I commented, "You monster, but respect." Because he knew what he was doing. He's showboating a little bit. I get it.
Yeah. But he wasn't kidding.
And we're back, folks. Sorry about that. Looked like looked like looked like my internet hiccuped. I don't know what happened there. Oh man. But yeah, what were you asking, Lily, before we got disconnected?
Are there any honorable mentions to your anime list that you want to do
Oh,
before we close out stream?
yeah. Oh my god, so many. I'm like you. I've watched so many anime at this point that it's really hard to kind of narrow it down,
Or
um,
remember?
or remember all the anime that I've watched. There's been a lot of anime that I've enjoyed the first season of, and then the second season I had to drop it, like with um, the the Promised Neverland.
Oh, yeah.
There are a number of real stinkers that I've watched over the years. Um, there's there's a lot of comedies that come up to mind. Probably my most favorite comedy is like Konosuba. Um,
Mm.
there's guilty pleasures that I really like How to Pick Up a Girlfriend in a Dungeon.
Oh, I
um,
remember that one.
yeah, there's let's see. As far as recent anime that I've been enjoying, I just finished the second season of Dandadan. Um, I let's see what else. There was a real chill vibe anime that I watched. Now I can't remember the name of it. It was on Netflix. Oh, it was something like How to Cook in a Dungeon.
Delicious in Dungeon.
Yes, Delicious in Dungeon. That
That
one
one's
was.
that one's one of my favorites
Oh
now
yeah,
too.
dude, it's a vibe, man. I love that one. Man, and then I don't don't laugh at me, but I kept watching episodes of Tokyo Mew Mew.
Hey.
to see what that was about. Let's see
Yeah.
what else. And these are just like stuff. A lot of anime that I watch, I'll have in the background, which
Hmm.
is why some of them don't come to mind because I'll be like, I'll have them in the background and I'll be drawing or I'll be writing and that is the other reason why I watch dubs a lot because if it's in English, I can kind of tune out and come back and still understand the context of what's happening. Um,
Yeah.
and then yeah, that's. Do you have any honorable mentions?
Um, I mean, aside from the one that I mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
um, Devil is a part-timer. Um, not really.
Oh, I
Uh,
also I watched. I forgot. What's the one about having 100 girlfriends?
what?
It's another comedy. Damn it.
That sounds like something I haven't heard of.
Yeah.
What?
Hold on. Let me see. A
Having
hundred
100 girlfriends.
girlfriends. Oh, it's called the 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you.
That's
That's another weird guilty pleasure. Uh,
interesting.
I also watched Bocce the Rock. Again, it's another slice of
I
life.
I've seen memes of that one. I have to watch it because it looks funny.
Yeah, yeah. It was yeah. It's kind of like Bocce the Rock is like a girl that has so much social anxiety um that
Sounds right up my alley.
but she right but she ended up she has a lot of viral musical hits online and she's kind of forced out onto the stage and she does a number of things to kind of avoid people seeing her while at the same time like getting her music out there.
That's hilarious.
Very relatable.
All right, gotta watch it.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, like I watch so much anime that, and a lot of them are in the background that a lot of times I'll just forget what they're called, or I'll even forget that I watched some of them, um, because it's so, it's just something that I have going on in the background, unless it's something that really demands my attention, you know.
Yeah, there's so much that I can't remember.
Yeah, there's a lot out there, man. So much out there. But I'm pretty sure
All
we'll get around to watching a good majority of them. Actually,
Heck yeah.
yeah, like one of the ideas I had is like maybe in the future we can watch an anime that you and I haven't seen, and then whenever Friday rolls around, we can draw a character from it and kind of give our take on what we thought of the anime.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then maybe we can even do some viewer requests too.
Yeah, I want to see what the viewers out there what ideas they have, what they would like us to tackle.
What you guys
Cause
are watching too.
right.
Nothing weird. Let's
That really
keep
cuts
it
down the list there, Lily. We're talking about
let's keep it relatively safe
relatively
for work, right?
safe for work. Yeah, yeah. Well, no, nothing. We're not looking to do not safe for work. That's not until we really need the money, I guess.
Not this that's not for this stream.
Right.
Anyways, I think that's a good place to stop the stream for the night. We did have some technical difficulties. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that's why we let it run this late. But
Mm-hmm.
thank you guys for joining us again today. Did Let's do a final clip of our art pieces.
All
I
right.
think we're still gonna keep going next
Mm-hmm.
stream. We still have a
God.
few topics to tackle
Yeah.
for next stream as well. Go follow Esso on Esso Art Studio on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Threads. All the links are down below. Follow me on Instagram, Threads, Tumblr, TikTok, Twitter at Lily Lilac Draws.
Hmm.
Go check out the coffee page if you'd like to donate. Would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for joining us today. And remember, be creative.
Bye, guys.